What's going on, everybody? Hopefully y'all can hear me all right. See if the music... Yeah, I think the music will probably be heard, but it'll be all right. As well as the TV. But... oh, hang on a minute here. It doesn't want to do this right. Why is it not giving me the camera functions? Oh, nope, there's the rear. Okay, there. But, anyhow. Don't know why it's doing that, but, okay. Anyhow. Y'all can see, I'm not at the house today. I am actually at Mountain Creek Harley-Davidson. Let's go walk around for a second. So hopefully it won't be too bad jumpy, because I don't have the streaming stuff with me. There's Jessica. But currently, these are the bikes I got on the floor for the time being. And I'll actually probably walk outside here in a minute. We'll see if I can take a sneak peek of what they're getting off the truck, because they got a truck in just a few minutes ago. Alright, there's the sales, one of the new sales guys. There's the other one that just got hired in, I think, day before yesterday or sometime last week. Something like that. There's Cynthia. But there's the parts department. They'll gladly take care of you. But yeah, there's more bikes here. And there's Tom sitting in his office. But here's their clearance racks. They do have quite a few good deals. So make sure y'all, if y'all happen to be in the Dalton, Georgia area, come down and see them. As you can tell, their clearance rack is filled at the moment. They even got boots and stuff. There's all this stuff, little car stuff, whiskey sets for those that drink. All their apparel. But anyhow, I've been down here since 9:30 this morning. It is now 12:30. Still waiting to get the bike done. Each time I turn around, about every half hour or so goes on, it seems like another thing needs to be replaced. That's what happens when you actually ride a bike. When you put 35,000 miles on a bike in 2 years' time, you've got to do maintenance to it. That's one reason why I don't mind having them do it. It's part of the thing with the Tires for Life is I gotta have come down to the dealership. They've got to do it. There's Andrea and Scotty. What's going on, Scotty? So I was the finance manager and the appraiser. It'll be Johnny. You'll talk to him or Rachel. They're in the service. They got the seats. Let's go up back and see if we can see what they got off the truck. But as it turned out, I knew I needed a front tire. So I knew I was going to do the 70,000 mile change and a front tire. Well, but it ended up being 70,000 miles and a front tire. It ended up being 70,000 miles, front tire, and rear tires. Then it quickly, after they took the rear tires off, it became a 70,000 mile change. All three tires. And now the rear brakes. Oh darn, they don't even have the bikes off yet. Oh, they're fixing to. Oh, they do got them off. Come over here out of the way. So it looks like they're getting 2 new street lights in. A white one and a silver one. Sweet. But overall, Oh, come on, switch back over. No, I want the front. There we go. Whoa, shoot. I don't know why it zooms in when it does the front. I hate it when it does that. Front camera doesn't like working too well. Okay. But, anyhow, back onto the situation at hand. Lunch from a little bit ago. Guys are still getting the bikes off of the truck. There are a couple guys in the shop or in the store. A couple of bikes out front. But decided to do a short little live. It's been a while, so I figured why not. While I'm here, I ain't got nothing else better to do today. Try to get away from the music a little bit. Why the heck? Stupid Google. Yes, as you can read, it says nuclear for those that kind of sort of wonder what I do for a living. That's what I do. But anyhow, as I mentioned on the short little live that I did for Instagram, Hog Rock was pretty good. It's pretty fun. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. And I would definitely say if you like parties, biker parties at that, Hog Rock's a place to go for sure. And so there's all that. I mean, I'll try to get a video out of the stuff that I can use. Let's just put it at that. So yeah, there's not much video that I took that could possibly be, I guess you would say, friendly and non-offensive to some, I guess. I don't know how else you would build. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, it's a biker party. You can pretty much imagine what happens. Girls, bikers, you know, you get the idea. But miles, I am actually getting, as I mentioned, all 3 tires are being replaced. The valve stem on the front tire is going to get replaced for sure. Something's going on with the brake fluid yet again. So, and it seems to be an issue because it keeps coming up every time I turn around. And even John, the service guy, even he made the comment. He goes, he goes, "You're still having issues with that?" I was like, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "It's awkward." He goes, "Because didn't we just do something with that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I could have thought we did." And he looked, and yeah, we did. We changed out the fluid not even a year ago. So, don't know if it's a design flaw from Harley or what the deal is, but for some reason or another, brake fluid's still getting moisture in it somehow, for some reason. So, not sure what all that's about. It could be just the nature of it being a trike and the lines getting too hot. Who knows? Because, I mean, after all, I don't exactly park the bike. It stays running constant. It's always... In the carport, parked maybe a week, maybe so far. I mean, I'm already at the 3rd oil change, 3rd maintenance already this year, and maintenance is every 5,000 miles. So here we are, 2nd week of June, already at 15,000 miles basically, 400 miles short actually. At 15,000, but still 15,000. Because trust me, I'll probably do about a 300-mile ride after I get the bike back today. Who knows? With me, there is no telling because I got 4 weeks to make 5,000 miles before I do the oil change again right before Sturgis. And make sure the bike's looked at again right before I head out west to Sturgis for 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks, sorry. Just about. So, that said, that brings up Sturgis. Sturgis I'm looking forward to, spending time with the family, well, my dad and stuff, the family that lives out in South Dakota. I'll be visiting them later on next month, so that's one reason why it's 3 weeks for me when I go to Sturgis and not just a typical 2. I spend a little bit of time out there visiting my family that lives out there. As far as what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be going, it's going to be, of course, Main Street, Full Throttle Saloon, the Chip, which is where I'm staying at this year again. I'm going to try to hang out Keystone, Destination Sturgis. Let's see, Needles, Spearfish Canyon, Devil's Tower, Iron Mountain Highway. I might actually even try to do a live from Iron Mountain Highway for a while, depending on how hot or in the weather. If it's decent enough weather, it's not too hot, and it's not hailing and thunderstorming, I'll go live for a while out there when I'm out there. But I do plan on trying to figure out some different rides to ride out there this year. But, because I mean, heck, Badlands, the rest of them, they're all nice. No matter how many times you go out there and ride them, they're always nice. It don't make a difference. And, so Sturgis I'm looking forward to. And then after Sturgis, there's Smoky Mountain Bike Week. That happens in Maryville, and it's hosted by Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson, which I'll be going to it on my off days from work because it's close enough to the house that I don't have to worry about going out camping. But leading up to it, sometime here in the next couple of days or so, I might actually start trying to, I might head up towards the tail in the Maryville area, see if there's any campsites doing any kind of specials or anything like that for the rally to try to help build it up more. Because this is going to be the second year, and last year they had more people there than what they thought they were going to have. And just like last year, this year's is lined up right in time with Myrtle Beach's rally. So it's going to be up in the air as to how many people show up again. I kind of sort of wish in a way that the people that are doing the rally for Smoky Mountain, the planners for it, actually decide next year to look at the other rallies that most people go to, like Myrtle Beach, Daytona, Thunder in the Smokies, and make sure that they're not lined up with one of those other rallies, so that way they can actually benefit for having a rally that's not with another major rally already. That kind of sort of, I think, hurt the numbers last year, to be honest. So that's my input as far as Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson, the Smoky Mountain Bike Week rally goes. Now, as far as October's Hog Rock and Biketoberfest, I'm gonna have to wait and see where I'm at work-wise and whatnot to see if I get to go, see if I'm going to be allowed to go to either one of those. Right now I know I'm working the weekend of Hog Rock in the fall, but I'm not too sure about the weekend for Biketoberfest. I have to double check. I kind of sort of don't like making plans too far out, because then I make plans and then something falls through, and then yeah, all that happens. I tend to make last minute type decisions to start looking about a month out. But I do know that roughly about when it's supposed to be. Anyways, it's sort of one of those deals where if you ride a bike, you're going to do maintenance on it. That's one thing that I want to talk about a little bit, because honestly, being kind of basically still somewhat new to the bike culture, I mean, I know there's things like brakes, tires, brake fluid, not so much the brake fluid itself, but I know every once in a while you got to change it out. Even in cars, you have to change it out every once in a while. But brakes, tires, alignments, blah, 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 blah. Headlights, this and that. All that stuff's common stuff that always needs to be replaced, especially if you drive or ride. But riding a motorcycle and being somewhat new, I didn't know things like your neck bearings, the wheel bearings, just minor stuff like that. So now that I'm experienced 3 wheel bearing changes and roughly, so far it's only been 1 neck bearing. It's kind of sort of made me go, okay, bikes are a little bit more technically looked at when you ride quite often. Because it's like I said, we looked a little bit ago trying to see when we last changed the rear tires on the bike, which was 35,000 miles ago, which was only 2 years ago. Because me and the service guy both seemed awkward to him, because he's like, we just put those on. So he looked it up. He goes, well, yeah, he goes, 35,000 miles, 2 years. He goes, that's a lot of riding. That's a lot of miles for the rear tires. He goes, so you definitely got some time on them. I was like, yeah. So that's how we ended up with the rear tires. And then when they took the rear tires off, I ended up looking at the rear brakes. I kind of figured it was getting close to time, but I wasn't exactly sure, because I've noticed how they grab every once in a while a little bit harder than normal. So when they looked at them, yes, they need to be replaced as well. That's one of the good things that I have liked about having to bring the bike into the dealership and having them do the oil changes and stuff, just to be able to keep the tires for life thing, which means I'm fixing to get all 3 tires today for the price of 1, basically. But it's very important to make sure you do your maintenance on your bikes. Inspect your bikes. Don't just, okay, I got to do 3 oil change. Okay, there's that. Okay, done. Make sure you're looking at the bearings and stuff as well, because I can only imagine what it's like on 2s. I know how it affects 3. 3, when the front bearing and the neck bearing going out, the front tire gave me a lot of vibration through the handlebars. But I'm sure on a normal motorcycle, if a neck bearing or a front wheel bearing goes out, I'm sure there's vibrations there too, but I'm sure it's probably a lot more dangerous situation, because you don't have the stabilization of 2 tires sitting behind you. So I urge those that are on 2, if you don't look at that stuff regularly, you might ought to, just to be safe. I mean, I hate hearing about people wrecking and wiping out on bikes, this and that and the other thing. And I mean, it's one thing when it's cars pulling out in front of people, not paying attention, sideswiping somebody because they're too busy talking on the phone or texting on the phone, or just not paying attention. But when it's usually just a biker by themselves, usually it's probably something to do with the bike itself. Tire pressure not being right, something not being completely 100% or at least kosher with it to the point to where it's not an issue. It seems to be most solo bike accidents, nothing else involved. Seems to be almost a somewhat preventable thing in a way, based off of just a common check of getting your stuff looked at whenever you're doing your oil changes and whatnot. So please be safe out there, guys. Riding motorcycles, yeah, it's fine. It's fun. It's got its initial common dangers. We all get that. But at the same time, though, there's some things that we do have control of. Maintenance on a bike is one of those. So, please, by all means, make sure you do your maintenance on your bikes. But anyhow, I wanted to do a little live for a little bit. Wasn't sure if anybody'd come on or not. Try to chit chat a little bit. Figured middle of the day, Tuesday afternoon, everyone's probably back at work, working. Today's my off day, actually. Lucky for me, I guess, but comes with the territory of work. Because I would have been working this weekend had it not been for me taking vacation and the 2 doctor's appointments I had. Both on mchd at the weekend. And then whatnot, so yeah, I got all the bikes off. The truck is pulling out. See? There he goes. He's pulling out. That's what she said. She wanted him to pull out. I wonder where the bikes are at. See if they're outside still. Darn, I already got them all in. That sucks. But overall, we'll go back inside. Actually, I'll just show you what bikes they have that are used that they got out front real quick before going back in, because it's hot out here. It's miserable. It's humid and hot. Little Ducati Scrambler. If you're looking for something cheap, don't really like Harleys, that's one right there. I got some used Harleys over there. And then go back in here, see Jessica again. But this is what they've got inside. And actually, salespeople look a little bit bored and stiff right now. So yeah, some of y'all might need to come down here and give these guys some work to do. Make them busy a little bit. But I agree with Jessica though. She says she'd like to see this blue on one of those freewheelers, and I highly agree with her on that. But anyways, all said and done, I hope everybody's been out riding, everybody's being safe, everybody's having a great day, and leave a comment in the section below. Say hello, say whatever. And hope to catch y'all when I go live from Sturgis later on this year, here in about a month. And stay tuned for videos. I'm gonna try to get one out, like I said, from Hog Rock. I've got to go through the video footage between the phone and the camera, and see what I can use for it for a video. Yeah, Hog Rock's one of those type of parties, and so. But it is I highly recommend going to it. It's just a typical campground out in the field. So yes, it's not gonna be a KOA type campground where everything's paved. It's nice. It's pretty. It's not that. It's a biker type campground where old school, where it's got gravel, it's dirt, but it does have a paved road going to it. So. That is it for the day, unless somebody wants to chit chat. I don't see nobody on, so I guess I'll let y'all go. See y'all later. Have a great day. Keep riding. Bye.